All right, let me see. Let me look at them.
But I think that what this doesn't have, which is like it's for you guys, is the game piece of this is within this there should be levels that the student obtains throughout the process.
Yeah.
You know, like their Cub Scout, and their Weeblo, and then their Boy Scout, you know, or however that works. You know, some kind of level.
We have to work.
We talked about that, having 3 different levels.
And then we do have to change. We have to work on that. But I'm looking at this right now, just kind of going through it. I do like that you build. I mean, you're building to. You know, basically, we don't start. You do start on day 1. David.
What, writing?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
We want to get 30 posts out of them.
Why? I mean, what's the point of 30 posts?
No, I'm just saying.
That's $3,000 to us, you know.
Oh, I
For
understand.
that content.
But, okay. But, I thought of this.
Maybe they're not writing on day 1.
Then let me talk you through this and see if this helps you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just say that you're you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't mind writing every day. Okay. Let's say you do your job all day long. So you work 10 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you get home.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if I walked up to you and said, now you got to spend an hour and a half providing customer service and selling something to a person?
Because you just got home.
Because you just got home.
It's like, well, no, that's not cool. But
No, let me finish. So think about it.
Uh-huh.
Would you follow through and execute on that?
maybe as that's what I do now anyway.
You don't sell. You don't do
No, but
face-to-face sales.
I do.
No, face-to-face, real live, personal selling.
No,
Exactly. Now, the reason I'm bringing
this is
this...
not my thing.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
So my point being, and I thought about this week, is I was like, okay, how to get this clear for people like you. You're like, just 500 words, not a big deal.
Right.
Okay, but not everybody's you.
Yeah, believe me.
So I know.
See that every day.
We know that. Going and saying, okay, so Dave, instead of you writing 500 words a day, now you have to talk to 5 people and sell them something after work.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm not sure I'm going to follow through.
Yeah.
So my point being is, ideally, this would build those skills so it's not so hard for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying I don't know that we want to start off 500 words a day, because most of these people don't do that. And so this is a big hurdle day 1.
Yeah. So I was thinking a little bit like they get extra points for longer articles.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I agree with all that. I'm just thinking we need
I
to.
think that's a good place to start is 500, but maybe that's too much to ask. Oh, maybe day 1 anyway. But then I'm just saying if we don't give them activity on day 1.
Well, and I'm not saying we don't give them activity. I was thinking we need to adjust. I'm just trying to figure out a way to step them to that.
I get that. Yeah.
Maybe not active. Maybe not writing 500 words day 1. Maybe they've got to come up with 5 good blog post titles. Because you got a welcome video, but they really don't know how to write a good blog post yet.
Right.
So we're going to have them write a post that we don't really know that they can do right. That doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what we need to do.
I think we step back from the posting, maybe by keyword. Okay, so here we go. I'm going how to format your blog post. Posting in headings 4, 5, 6, 7 is titles. Okay, so day 8.
Mm-hmm.
We should start writing. I would say because what you've done. Because then you've given them tools.
Mm-hmm.
How to format a blog post? What are post headings? How do you bulletize them? Keywords. And I'm going through and looking at these things. Mm-hmm. And at day 8, it looks like by day 8 you've given them all the things, and then they can write a blog post, and they're learning how to image match title,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they finally have all the skills at that point in time. Mm-hmm. Am I off?
Well,
I'm thinking a hybrid of the two, like. So, you know, the first couple we can knock about that. Let's say like how to format. Well, I don't like this word necessarily, but let's say how to format a blog post, right?
Uh-huh.
So each one of those steps, we should have them do part of that on the post that they're writing. And so we need things like how to write the first paragraph in an article. That's very special. How to write the answer paragraph.
Right.
So day 1 is going to be, let's say, how to write the first paragraph in your article, and they're literally writing the one for their article.
Right.
But
Yeah.
their task isn't write 500 word plus. It's write this paragraph.
We're teaching them how to build, give them the skills to build it.
So a week how
A week of how to do it, because
to do it. Yeah.
you know, I mean,
Step by step, and then
Why would you-
they have their first
you don't want them
one.
wasting. You don't want them to throw 500 words out there in the garbage.
Yeah.
It's better. It's worth our time to invest a week into it
Sure.
at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it would take more than a week of content. Do you think, or do we need? I mean,
Oh, they could if they participate, if they played along, then that
Would 7 days
that would
be
be a
enough?
good post.
Oh yeah, I think we can teach them how to write a good post in 7 days.
Yeah.
And so, and once again, we're not like, okay, you only get to write a paragraph today.
right.
Right.
It's the task that we would expect a person to do on this one day would be roughly that, plus maybe a few other things. So they're
Right.
watching a video, they're writing a paragraph.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we want to, if we feel like it's not enough time, we could even have them like somewhat simultaneously writing 3 articles or something.
That would make sense.
Write 3 introductory paragraphs.
Absolutely. That's better because the more practice, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, you want these skills developed and doing well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So on day one, because one paragraph, 100 words, maybe
Yeah.
150, depending on what the.
Some of these paragraphs are pretty. The shorter, the better, actually. For
Well, like the introductory one should not be more than like 3 sentences.
right.
Maybe.
So you're talking 50 to 60 words.
Yeah.
So having 3. Okay, so the first day though, we would want to just do. In my brain, am I wrong? That we would want to go. Okay, first day we're welcome video. I mean, day one of welcome video. I mean, that shouldn't.
I think we can throw a welcome video on there, whatever. It's like a minute,
Right, but I'm thinking we should need to do more than just a welcome video.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah, well, the welcome video would also be. We want to have some emotional cues in there that get them excited about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do that throughout the rest of it. It's going to be pretty dry in comparison. This is our only time to connect with them emotionally and get them really wound up.
I think you need to make connect with them emotionally in every one of them.
That's going to be hard.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It might be hard for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you let somebody else help with the development of the content,
Oh yeah. Okay.
then we can add in the parts that will do the connections.
Okay.
It'll make them a little longer, but you need to keep that
Yeah, but in the beginning, we want to say, look, you're going to be able to make
right.
in an hour. You can make $110 writing a blog post like this for anybody.
Right.
Anywhere, so
And if you can teach them to do that, I mean, $110 an hour, that's good money.
it's good.
That's good money,
It
buddy.
ain't bad.
That ain't bad money at all.
Yeah, exactly.
You work do 3 of those in a day, and
Yeah.
that's good money.
Yeah. That's what I want them to get a handle of.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Figuring out how the skill set works to make that happen, this kind of thing. So, walk me through this. Assume I'm stupid because I am.
In some things, it's as well.
But in this thing, I am
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, if I was going to write a blog post and you wanted a quality blog post from me in 7 days, what would the first thing you teach me to do would be?
How to log into some
No. What would be
content creation thing.
content creation? What would be the first thing you teach me to do?
Well, I would walk down. So I have a post format that I teach people that I got from some other people that I learned from, where there's a specific, and so I'm thinking too long term. There will be different post formats that they can earn their way into. But the simplest one is introduction paragraph.
Again, but that's not the first thing.
Title's the first thing.
Well, no, we're giving them the titles to start with. They learn titles later.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's harder.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I need to figure out how to find a good title first.
Right?
But that's not. They're giving that to me.
No,
so
we're
I'm
giving
gonna-
them the first 10.
Send in the title.
So the title's is given to me. Okay.
Maybe even the heading as well. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So they're going to have like the blog post is going to be how to write a blog post. Well, let's just do.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna let's lay out the first week,
Mm-hmm.
like you're talking about, and then give me those tasks over the course of the next 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see how it works.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I like
Because I'm
that.
stupid. Remember, this is not my thing.
Yeah.
So I can learn stuff, but I don't know this. So we'll see how it. Pick a subject, find it, give me titles, and then say 3 introduction paragraphs. Teach me the layout. And let's just work through it this first week and see if we get me to a place where I can write a blog post that meets your criteria in 7 days.
Three of them, yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, I just think we need to prove that we can do it, and it makes sense, and because we're gonna find holes in it by doing this, obviously. I mean, well, unless you guys are really already planning this out that well. I mean, if you have, fantastic. I mean, if you don't find holes, but normally when you go through you're proofing it, you find things you want to do better, things you want to change, whatever.
Yeah.
So let's lay it out. I think we lay it out, and then we can use that. We can rearrange whatever classes we need to rearrange in David's metrics and put them in different orders, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. Teach me. Come on, Guru. Let's go.
So
First thing you give me us a title, and the first thing I need to learn is the introduction paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to write that, then we'll write it out. That's task. So each one of these, I'm thinking, will be a video, right? That's like, this is how you do it, a minute or two, and then they do the writing, right? And then the next thing is another video, what I call the answer paragraph, which is the second one that just is the closest thing to a complete answer you can get. And these all have very specific length requirements.
Okay.
Like you do not want this over 250 characters, basically. So
Characters or words?
characters, because these need to fit into answer blocks, and they're only that big.
You're killing me.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we need to teach people the specific.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. 250 characters. That's a little tiny bit.
Well, this is like the executive summary.
I could do like I could probably find. Well, I probably could find a word or two that would fill that up.
Yeah. Long enough word.
Supercalifragisticexpialidocious.
There, that's a bunch of words.
Okay.
Then I usually do a third paragraph that's like, continue, please keep reading, kind of thing. So after that, they're going to need to know headings. So we may want to just give it to them to start with, and after they write their first couple of these, then they can start writing their own subheadings.
Okay.
But so we'll do.
We're gonna, and remember, we're gonna try to figure this out in a week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking at this point, we will be giving them subheadings
Okay.
here. So in which case they're going to write, and then we're going to teach them how to write content as far as formatting and stuff like that.
Okay.
And on these days, they're going to be doing basically 100-ish words under each paragraph, or under each heading. So there'll maybe be 3 or 4.
So we're thinking we should do. I think I agree with what you said earlier. 3 at a time. 3. The first week we work on 3. Practicing these steps on 3 different posts.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense because it gives good space repetition. Gives good repetition. Maybe. Well, maybe not. How many days do we need to get to teach what you want them to learn?
30.
No. I mean, just for the writing part. Just this part. Just to get how many days do you need? Because I'm thinking if we doubled up on learning days and then.
Yeah, we can combine these things too.
Well, I'm thinking like the first time through, we give them, we do this stuff over the course of 2 to 3 days, and then you come back, and the rest of the week they're working on 2 more projects of the same stuff. So we got, you got a practice run through where you're handing them everything like spoon feed, a little bit at a time, and then you go back and do spaced repetition where you're teaching them. You're going back and basically refreshing all the points and having them do another, and then have them work on 2 at the same time. So they do 1 all the way through and then go back and do 2 more. Is that
in the first week?
In the first week. I don't know if that's better or worse as far as learning goes.
Well,
what do you think, Darren?
We're going to be moving them through piecemeal each day, so they won't have all the pieces till the end of the week.
Well,
unless we do a crash course on day 1 and then move through.
No, I was thinking
down.
Well, that's what I was trying to. That's what I was asking. I mean, what if we did the crash course in days 1, 2, and 3, and they over the course of 3 days they get their basics and they wrote a blog post, and then days 4, 5, 6, and 7 they go back and micro lessons on refreshing on all those points and things you've taught them, and they're doing this and they're working on 2 at the same time for the last 4 days. Is that better or worse? Because something about training the spaced repetition is really important.
Yeah.
1 time through with 3 blog posts may not be as effective as once through with 1 and then another time through with 2. What do you think?
How about so I'm thinking we cut this like this into as small as possible independent chunks, right? And we give them the option. right?
Okay.
Because they're getting a choice of tasks, right? Each time they do one.
Right. Uh-huh.
So once they've got done one of these,
Uh-huh.
we'll give them the next. So each one of these, basically every time they start an intro paragraph,
They're gonna
we'll
have
initiate a chain of possible tasks.
so they can then, so you do an introductory paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Then once that's done, they'll get another quest or task
Yeah.
given to them saying an answer paragraph.
Yeah.
So theoretically, they can do 5 at the same time if they really wanted to.
Yeah, we could put a limit. So okay, you could only have 3 of these
Right.
chains going at a time, or
But-
5, whatever.
But if you set the logic up right, basically they can go through and practice as many times as they want and get points for it.
Yeah. So if they're like,
Okay.
I'd rather do another answer paragraph right now.
So I'm not feeling great about them yet,
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay,
They
I like
do.
that.
But if they want to rush through, like, there's no reason why they couldn't
To
write
go-
a blog post the full day, the first day.
Right, finish the blog post and go back. Okay, now I need to learn some more about this, and then whatever. Okay.
It's just all a matter of what pops up. There.
Right. I got you. Okay, cool. I like it. That gives them the flexibility of knowing. Gives them the flexibility of it, understanding where they're at in their learning process
Mm-hmm.
and practicing what points they need to practice. You know, if they're having a problem with the forward paragraph, as you call it, you know, they still need to do an intro and answer to get to the forward paragraph to practice it more, right?
Yeah.
So that creates more content. Right? I like it.
Yeah.
And then the spaced repetition happens naturally by that process.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm good with that. Never mind. Back over here.
The one thing I was thinking of that last week is in an article, there's no reason why one person should own, quote, an article. So I'm thinking, actually, maybe get rid of this. I'm thinking the content of an article that's posted on the site, we actually split up conceptually. So there's content, there's headings, and title, which
Mhm.
maybe those should be separate. Image, right? And maybe, is there anything else that we can think of that would be different?
Video.
That comes way later.
Yeah. Again, but it's something we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of like on a specific, like what we would consider now to be a blog post.
Okay.
What parts of it could we feasibly
Keywords,
split up
Bullet.
into different people?
Bullet list.
bullet list, keywords, titles, image search.
No, I mean like different people could do for the same one.
Okay.
You think that they could do bullet, like one person could do bullet lists, but another person writes the content?
No,
I think, like, in our house, unusually, I mean, Rosa is the bullet list person. She's very good at knocking out a bullet list.
But would she be able to write a bullet list for one on Juanita's articles?
Yeah.
Just based on the title?
Based on the title, no. But if there was some content there, she could.
Yeah, so maybe have it separate, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if she had time, I'd like her to go through and put bullet lists. Not my thing. Outlines, I'm pretty good at. That's how I work everything on an outline. 'Cause
Mhm.
I could make a bullet list out of an outline, but that's not the same thing. Make a good bullet list.
Well, why don't instead of just bullet lists, maybe we should consider that like supporting media, like graphs, bullet lists, tables, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good group. That's a good group. Yeah.
So in a blog, there will be the title, the headings, and these are all independent skills, right? Images, image selection, the main image.
Yeah.
So this will be kind of like not only image, but like social in a way. So like if it's like at a higher level, it's like Instagram, you might need to put an Instagram shaped, or not Instagram, Pinterest, a Pinterest shaped image, right? So
Yeah.
Mhm.
an article might need a couple different images depending on how we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be something, title, headings, image, content, and supporting media, like bullets, table, etc., graphs. So these 5 areas can be submitted by completely different people for the same
Farmed out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the idea is when we'll actually give the same article to multiple people, right? And then we can either choose, or we have A/B testing of each of these independently, and whoever is the one that wins gets that percentage of the article's revenue. So this is kind of endgame stuff, but what I'm thinking is this process makes them qualified when they've done one of these all the way through to write content, and then they get to own the content for that. And then we have another process that takes them through images, another one that takes them through headings, titles, supporting media, all that.
And we have some kind of a scoring process every time they submit an article where we designate where their strength is.
Yeah. Well, and so you were asking about the
Levels.
progressions. Yeah. I'm thinking we should think of a cute name, like I was thinking like SEO Wizard, whatever kind of thing. And they get actual like real world points for everything that they do here. And the more that they get, the more higher rank they are in that. And then the higher rank, that it opens them up to more opportunities, kind of thing. So like, let's say you get you're a rank 1 person, you start out like that, right? Level 1. And you do enough of these that we score it well, or it gets put on the website and it works well, kind of thing. Then we give them level 2, and then there's like the more advanced version of content. So like maybe like how-to type posts, or longer articles, or some of the other stuff we were talking about, the cute stuff. So anyway, that I would just propose that as a framework for how we designed this whole thing. So this I would consider to be the content level 1
So first step
training.
training would be content.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is kind of how you lay out your lesson for the first week is to write content. Okay. Cool. That works. So then how long does it take you to teach, for example, image and social or headings or title? Is it still a week apiece?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Title, maybe like.
This is the week 1 is the heaviest lifting as far as learning goes. Let me rephrase. Is writing content the heaviest lifting as far as the learning goes? Experts, please. I'm looking at Dave because he's been doing this too, and he's not telling me anything. He looked confused when I asked that question. Like,
Well, I'm thinking of to a newbie.
to a newbie, to me,
Yeah, to you. Yeah.
to me, to write a blog post that you guys consider good, because I can write, but it's not good. I mean, it's good. It's readable. It's entertaining, but it doesn't fit your format at all.
Right. Well, it will if you go through this.
Right, it will. But what I'm
Pretty
saying,
much, you won't even have a choice. You'll have to do
right? That's what I'm saying.
The next
Currently,
is not
for
even
me,
gonna open it.
I can write all kinds of stuff, but it doesn't fit anything. It doesn't do anything for me because it's just random thoughts,
Yeah.
basically, and telling stories. They don't fit a context. So it creates no value, basically, is where we're at with me.
Yeah.
So is that the heaviest lifting, though? Is basically learning this stuff so that when I write something, it creates value that lasts.
Well, that's a little more complicated. I mean, but at the end of the 30 days, you have that skill set.
Correct.
But you don't have that in the
But
first week.
but the first step of that is content, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yes.
I think content is the hardest to teach because there's more to talk about, but it's one of the easier ones to learn, if that makes sense. Because like titles, it takes a lot of skill. Like you can't just tell people how to write a good title.
Right.
You have to like practice
and practice.
And there's no so it's just you kind of got to like learn by osmosis. So I think title writing is probably the hardest skill, but it literally the lesson would be like 2 or 3.
So that's that lesson of writing titles. Then we need to get into them like by day 8 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're giving them the first 10.
Okay, by 10, because that sounds like it's going to be one of the ones they need the most practice with. Correct.
Probably. We were thinking we want to get a few articles through them first because they need to have written some articles to really understand how to write a title.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. By day 10, they should have done at least 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're providing, we're providing 10. If we're providing them 10 titles, then once they get to that level of they've completed 10 titles, and they should they know enough by then to start learning how to write their own title?
Well, I'm thinking what we do instead of doing it gated in days, because we were talking about the whole level thing, right? So we have to actually have it approved or
we're not.
some automated thing.
He's put days in here.
Yeah.
We're changing that to tasks or to milestones here.
Yeah, the milestone.
So that it's not, if they don't get day 1 done on day 1, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, I'm thinking not even like we shouldn't gate it on you wrote 5 articles, now you're ready to get the title.
Mhm.
I think we should gate it on, you got enough points in the content thing
Right,
based on reviewing our review of it.
Right.
So some people might need to write 2 articles and they're fine, and some people might need to write 5.
Right, because they earn a number of points. Yeah. So basically, what we have to go. Not we, because I can't do this. Have to go through and basically we have to go through this whole lesson and change things so that it's based on quality,
Mhm.
and they have to earn enough points on a blog post to move forward. Right.
Well, I think it's fine. So yeah, instead of days, like you said,
Mhm.
milestones,
Mhm.
and the milestones aren't gated on how many tasks you've done.
No, it's how the quality of the test.
Yeah. And maybe so every 7 days. So let's say there's like lesser milestones, which are basically days like we're doing it, and that's stuff you can earn by just doing X number of the things, right? But if you want to get past milestone 7, it's like a boss almost.
Mhm.
You actually have to get your level up past that point,
Okay.
which is quality gated.
Mhm. Okay. We gotta give some education here real quick. Just so you know, we're talking about gating a lot. Okay? You know what gating means? Okay. That's okay. We'll be talking about gating a lot because there are different ways to gate progression. Okay? What he's talking about now is basically a skill gating. How good are you at something to gate to get to the next level, right? That's skill gating. You also have point gating, experience gating, and activity gating. All different. Basically, what they are used is checks on our people who play the game. Do they have enough of whatever we're looking for to move forward? So there's level gates. In traditional gaming, there's level gates. There's gear gates. There's skill gates. So when you're playing a game that involves multiple players, for example, an MMO, RPG kind of thing, you level up so you have enough experience points to get to the next level. That's a level gate.
Yeah.
Now you go into what's some group content where you have 6 people that have to work together to accomplish a task. Then you're going to have probably a skill gate, a level gate, a gear gate, a weapon gate, or you're not going to be effective. You might be able to get in there, but you'll be a big giant pansy and get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So gating is basically the way that we control progress or access to the next level or next level of training or the next level of perks. So that's what gating refers to in this context. Okay? We had to cover that. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't think Dave knows about gating yet.
Yeah, that's a good catch.
So anyway, I like it. I think it would work for me. If it works for me, it'll work for most normal people. I mean, I think. So we just have to go back and take this whole thing and change it back to milestones. And then, so are you saying you're thinking for your level gates, we're going to treat level gates going to be actually the skill, the quality of an article, right? Or of,
how do
of
you
work.
measure that?
It's scored by you guys right now.
So we have a different point scale for that.
For each art, as I understand,
Valuing the results.
as I understand what we're talking about originally, you want because we're talking like SEO wizard thing that they already have as a plugin. You want to create a better version. Is that kind of what I was understanding
Oh, the AI.
So
of the AI? I mean, not right now, but I mean, as part of this to get the score. Did you want to create a better version? Is that what we're talking?
essentially what I was thinking is when they write it, there's going to be automated ones
Right.
that give them basically the same thing as we're doing now with the plugin, right? And each time they write something, there'll be specific requirements as well as like a progress meter that as they're typing, it goes across.
Okay.
Nice, Daniel.
So basically, I would get this,
Oh, that's cool.
and of course, I got all my words got to be spelled correctly, and to check that
Yeah.
box, right?
I mean, we'll have to think of what we want to actually do, but
But no, these are examples. So
Yeah.
1 to 3 sentences, and I've got to use the keywords 3 times.
Yeah.
In this introductory paragraph to pass this
yeah, and you're earning points for this,
as I go.
and so you would need some kind of like. Yeah, basically there's a minimum score you'd have to
Yes.
to pass this, and you can get some extra coin if you get a higher score.
Right.
But this would be separate from So these points are just in the task, just to make it so you can click submit or not.
Right.
After that, it's going to get sent to us before we
manual
publish it.
review.
Yeah, and the manual review and or the like A/B testing,
Right.
which we get automate later, would be
Because you're the review and the A/B you're gonna do later. Like you're gonna automate both of those things, I assume. At some point in time.
yeah.
Not right now, obviously, but
But for now, it'll be a manual review.
Correct.
And that's where they actually get the level points, basically.
right.
And there's going to be
So,
5
theoretically-
points.
Theoretically, when we're talking about this, copy next here. This will get them like their coins,
Mhm.
and then the manual reveal gets them with little diamonds, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Except there might be 5 color of diamonds.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that because we're dealing with 2 different currencies, basically,
Mhm.
or 3 maybe, because we have gold coins, diamonds, and experience points. We could do 3.
Yeah, well, I like the image of, because experience points is kind of, it's something that people use, but it's kind of not concrete.
Right.
So I'm thinking, I like that actually. Gold coins are the thing you get for just chugging along,
Mhm.
and diamonds are the things you get for actual
For the actual quality.
quality, yeah.
Okay.
And so the boss, like every week basically,
There's a boss got to be.
the boss, and it's you have to have a certain number of diamond or whatever
Yeah, you're
to get through it.
to get through you. So this process that you're doing on that boss, you have to get 80 or 150 or whatever diamonds out of it for that to happen, right?
The
Yeah.
boss.
Look at you!
So something,
Yeah, that gets bigger. Maybe it's red.
yeah, something like that. It's a little hard on the screen, but
Right.
that'll be the special one. And so I was thinking for
Okay.
each stage or whatever, each milestone,
Mhm.
there's going to be a certain number of requirements. That isn't just a number, but it's like, okay, you must have written at least this many words.
Right.
And we can assign like special one-off type tasks,
Mm-hmm.
like register. Well, I'm not going to do that in this one, but like register. an
LLC, for example, yeah.
Yeah, so that way they can't get past these unless they've done a certain variety of
A task that brings completeness to their product.
Yeah.
That's,
So if you want to sit on milestone 1 and write 50 intro paragraphs, you
can.
the maximum, but you're not going to progress unless. And so this gives them impetus to do all the different types.
yeah, right. Yeah, you can sit there and grind out and get lots of coins, but you're not going to finish your.
This is going to be up on our thing if you want it, the actual file, Dave. But
It's going to be up on our thing.
I already posted an older version of this, and I'll post these files up too if you want the actual images. But
Oh, okay.
and you can have it on your phone too if you want to. Just let
I
me
mean,
know
you
that.
see how have you? I've been putting some of this stuff on the St. Paul's version of it.
It's password protected and hidden, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I like it.
I'm thinking that this stuff.
I like the way that's laid out. What's that way?
I was thinking for stuff that's this long, we might end up wanting to like. So like this one, instead of showing what we're talking about here,
Mhm.
I was thinking we'd just write the whole article, but take the same format, but instead we're only going to show them like this much at like this part at a time.
Right.
not that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they click next, and then it shows them this one.
Right.
Right. I
I'll
love
probably
that.
put a progress bar across here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you don't want to have too much on there. You don't want them to be overwhelmed. You want it to be short. It should be quick and get gratification by earning points or coins or diamonds as fast as possible.
Mhm.
So, showing them you got 15 steps to get done with this doesn't
Yeah.
make, but hey, I got this piece right here. That's going to take me 10 minutes. Oh, look, I got this, I got that. Very good, cool, next. Oh, look, I can do another one in 10 minutes,
Mhm.
I like.
And so for our backend, I was thinking that these tasks
Mhm.
are basically something we can freeform add. So we can have something like this where it's a single input. We can have a writing area. We can have, whatever we want.
Right.
Put video in there, put text in there to teach them. So it's kind of like a freeform worksheet, kind of like a better version of what we've been doing already
Mhm.
for these.
Mhm.
And because I was trying to enumerate the different types of tasks. Some tasks, like they log in every day, you just click on it and it's done.
Right.
Or some of them, it'll be like, something we can't verify at all, like register your LLC.
Yeah.
So they'll just click on it and say, I did it, basically.
Right.
And then video ones, instead of having a separate page, the video will just pop up right on where you click it, and it'll just play. And then when it's done playing, you got the points kind of thing.
Nice.
So that's what I was thinking with these, and then I added the circular progress. So it's like a circular progress meter.
So he's halfway through stage 4.
Nice. Yeah.
and you can see where everyone else is on their stage.
Right, I like that. I like that a
That is
lot.
cool. Yeah.
And then this is just a hover. This will, for these kind of ones, you get requirements for this specific thing that pop up when you start typing it.
Okay,
And then for the bigger ones, they're down here.
they're down there, okay. All right, so that all makes sense to me. Now, you gotta teach us. You gotta teach somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ready to roll? I mean,
No.
I mean, you're.
That's
pretty
all
close.
mock-ups.
Yeah, but he's pretty close. I mean, that's a form actually, right? Or is it just a?
I think that's just a mock-up.
Is it just a mock-up?
I mean, this is just a picture.
Okay, so it's just.
It's
It's not a webpage.
It's not a
Okay.
it's not programmed.
All right.
But I can program this in if we want to use it, if we think it's close to what we want.
I think
It's very close. I mean, that is about what we want. I think.
I think that's really good what we want for this, especially for we're talking, the first basically 7 days of tasks, right? Or 7
Yeah.
checkpoints, I should say.
Yeah, that is
The
the
first-
format. I think
The
that's
first 7
beautiful.
checkpoints, we're going to be writing blog posts. Here, the first 7 checkpoints are intro, answer, forward, 3 headings, keywords, right? That's all this is the first 7 checkpoints right there.
Yeah.
There we go. So that totally works for that layout. Works,
Yeah,
absolutely works for
perfect.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely works for this.
And I love it that it doesn't show up until they've completed that piece, and then the next piece pops up. It's beautiful.
Well,
The way we're doing it here,
avoids overwhelming people
Yeah,
like me.
I think it's great, and it's what we want. I mean, we're making sure that the thing progresses the way we want it.
Right, you're teaching, and this is one format of article. There's others you can unlock and do later, right?
yeah, we'll probably have 3 or 4 different overall formats
Cool.
that you can earn.
All right. Okay. You guys ready to? You got.
Now, I do not understand. I'm just going along with you guys and I'll figure it out later.
What's that?
You guys talk about points and diamonds and that's.
Yeah, that's still.
I'm
that's
just
the real
trusting
words.
you guys
Yeah,
on
it's right here.
because I don't know what we're talking about.
Right here.
Well, yeah, but I don't understand how that relates to what. They're
Well,
doing.
it's a scorecard of some sort. You got to have scorecards of some sort. Got
I
it.
thought we had points. That was the scorecard.
No.
No. Okay.
Well, they are. Well, you got points for doing things. Remember, we talked about 2 things.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
The automated tasks you get coins for. Points.
Uh huh.
Yeah, what you call points on all the stuff we've been doing are basically just going to be coins.
Okay.
That
And
they
they
can
can buy
spend.
stuff with it.
They can buy electronic stuff. And then the diamonds are what's being checked by a real person
Uh huh.
that are to help them progress to the next stage.
Yeah, so this is the stuff they really have to
Oh,
earn.
okay.
And
Yeah.
that's basically how they level up as a content writer. So like we just thought this up just now, but let's say you have a blue diamond,
Uh-huh.
right? You need 100 blue diamonds and then you get to be a level 2 content person.
And your diamonds might turn to purple
Mm-hmm.
or whatever color.
Yeah.
Well, my thought was because we have different tracks basically,
Mm.
like somebody might be a really good content writer but not a good title writer.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have blue diamonds for this, but like red diamonds for titles or
Oh,
something.
gotcha. I see. Like, okay. So then, so to level up in content, for example, maybe the first one's 100 and the next one's 300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And every time they level up, they get more different types of tasks. So now they
Right.
can learn to write content type 2.
2, check out the type 3.
Nice.
Okay.
And as you get better, you can start writing for other, title people if you're a level
Really
2
good
title
titles.
person.
They can start submitting titles and kicking over somebody else to a
Yeah.
level 1 content writer.
Yep.
Like it.
Yeah.
And so that brings in that social aspect we're talking about as far as the team goes. Because now we're starting to work together on creating contact, interact, blah, blah, blah. I think that you're on it, buddy. You have got this figured out. I do. I think that's the right way to go.
Yeah.
I do. So, the next step for this would be, do we go through, Daniel, Dave, do we go through this 1 week, obviously not gamed, not programmed, that's not going to happen. But do we go through this process for the next 7 days
Well,
get-
we have to design these short videos for you to watch, for us to coach you through this,
Well, I was thinking.
for us to do a good test.
No, I was not thinking about doing the videos.
Oh.
I was thinking that's because we don't know it's going to work. I don't want to waste your time creating videos that we're going to throw away.
Okay.
So I was thinking we, do it. Can you do a 10-minute Zoom or not Zoom or Discord or whatever meeting, voice meeting, 10 or 15 minutes every evening
Mm-hmm.
or early in the morning, whichever works best.
Yeah.
A day, 5 minutes, whatever it is, to teach this stuff in email. Because I don't want us to put time creating content that we're going to end up throwing away because it's not exactly the way we want it to go yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only way we know for sure is to go through it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just do an informal
Just to inform,
teaching session.
just-
live, basically.
okay, this is what I think we need to teach,
Mm-hmm.
and then try it. If it doesn't work, then we know we need to go back into the drawing board and figure something else out before we start recording videos and making all this other stuff that we don't know is where we want it to be at this point in time.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Because again, I don't want to waste your time.
Mhm.
I mean, it makes no sense to me for you to record a video and make all this stuff and then wait a minute, it's not really what we want, so I have to do it again.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I like the idea. It doesn't make sense to you because that's awesome.
What?
You're not wasting your time creating content you're not going to use.
Right. I don't want you to do that. None of us should, really, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
okay.
So
So
when
who's-
we market this as 30 days? It's not really 30 days. It's 30 steps.
Yep.
Basically.
Right.
So they can do it at their own pace.
They can do it in 7 days.
So are we?
They can
So
do it in
when
7
we're
days.
selling it, or if we're trying to convey what this is, it's not a do this in 30 days.
It's
You can do it in 30 days.
they can do it
Yeah,
less.
I mean, but in the promo, we don't say that.
I think we could. Because it's designed to be done in 30
it's
days.
designed to be done so it's not overwhelming in 30 days.
But some people do it in 7 days. And
Some people do it in 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But because it's not time gated, it's going to be experience and quality gated.
Nice. Okay. I think that
Okay, question.
would be really good
Who,
for the people we've been attracting.
right, who is writing, are you guys working together to make this? That you're going to beat me up with? I'm terrified, by the way, just so you know.
Oh,
I
I think Daniel is on it. Daniel already has.
No,
this.
I mean, the actual, this side over here that he's written down?
Yeah.
The court, I mean,
This over here on the screen, it would
no,
be
yeah,
a step down
this
process.
stuff that I have to go through in the next 7 days.
Like he's asking who's going to teach him how to write an intro.
Yeah, I'm going to ask,
Oh.
who's doing the teaching?
Oh, we're both gonna Zoom with you.
Yeah, I know, but who's responsible for it?
We are.
Well, he wants one person.
Oh,
If-
really?
If multiple people are responsible, then nobody's responsible.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just kind of how it works. There's got to be somebody that's responsible.
Uh
I'm responsible for being the guinea pig. I know that part.
huh.
But who's responsible for?
I think it's Daniel. I think Daniel actually explains this stuff even better than I do. Even though I do it more, he explains it better.
Well, I would say I would agree with you. Daniel's probably a better teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have more experience. But I think he's a better teacher.
That's the thing. I have this huge experience, but he's better at conveying.
Yeah,
the
conveying
process.
the process and teaching.
Yeah,
You're-
for me, I don't even know what the process is.
Yeah, you do.
I do,
It's just
yeah,
it's just so intuitive to you that you
Yeah.
breaking it down into steps
exactly.
seems pedantic.
Yeah.
Like, why would I have to say that to you? Because it's natural.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like for me, trying to teach somebody to sell, I get
Exactly. Yeah.
I gotta be very careful when I train sales because I can blow right past some really critical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can literally just go, and they're like, but how do you get to? I don't understand. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
I get
Daniel's great at breaking things down into processes and systems.
are you good with that?
He is.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
genius.
You just gotta sign it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was putting it there because I wanted
His
to know.
skill set. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why it's a team. That's why it's
Mhm.
you need multiple people doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. So from what I understand so far, we're going with. Do you feel like you have enough to start working on the programming of the pages?
Absolutely. Like, I think,
Like the first 7 day stuff. I mean, not that we're gonna be up, but I mean,
yeah, well, I think we're kind of like okay with this general
I like
idea.
this. Yeah, no, I do. I like it a lot. So basically, the way you're talking, and then tell me if I'm wrong. Let me scroll back over here. So you log in. This is what you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right, and then you click on this, and it pops you over to that.
Yep.
Here, bam. And then and
Yeah.
then you're done, complete, and go back over here.
Yep. And it does some fireworks and
And you get points.
Fireworks.
And the trumpet sound, and
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
scroll over here and do something else, or you can go back here and do this again. So you got a little bit of flex. So if I'm here, I can go back here and do this again if I wanted to.
Yeah, well, you don't need to go there.
But well,
So, like, what you can do will
Like the
entirely be listed here.
okay. So whatever okay. So like let's say I wanted a refresher on the intro paragraph, and there's a video. Can I rewatch that video?
I was thinking what we would do is for if you've completed one. So, like here, we'll probably have a video the first time you see it for the introductory paragraph up here. And then I can put something here that's like rewatch
Review.
video
Okay.
if you want.
Yeah, I think going back to the training would be important for me.
We could have a collection, like I could link somewhere on the main page where it's here's all the videos you've ever seen, if you, just in case you want to go look at them. And it's just like,
Whatever makes the most sense to you and what's easiest for you. I just think being able to have access to some of that, going back to that video and catching key points that I might have missed or I'm not feeling,
there's one area I haven't designed yet, which I think maybe would work well for this, is like, we need like a collections area of things you've done. Because one, we need a place to put all the things
Inventory.
you've written. Yeah, basically.
basically.
And so the inventory could have here's all the videos.
Here's all your, if there's any reading tasks we're not going to do those, right? We're not doing any reading tasks. We're doing all video training and then us taking action.
I think so, yeah. There might be like,
We have to do some research. Yeah. We're
No,
expecting you to research.
well, no, I mean like,
that's not a reading task.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a research task. That's us doing research. That's our action.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I got to sit in front of a screen and read something for a task.
Oh no. Watch video.
At most, there might be like a video, and then now you do it, and we write a few sentences that
Of clarification.
he says it again,
Right.
basically,
Mhm.
as for each thing.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because you need to do that because there's just different people, different styles of learning.
Yeah.
And so in every step, like the introductory paragraph over on the right-hand side, there could be a click for help.
Oh,
And then that takes you to everything that a section where it shows everything that we have
what do you
on
think?
doing an
Yeah, I
introductory.
kind of did that for
paragraph.
here. So as there's resources that they're going to need,
Mhm.
we could have them click into a more in-depth write-up of everything if they
Okay.
want to.
Yeah, to review on it if they're feeling a little woozy. Yeah,
You
so
can-
same
you
thing
can
with
link
the
it in the
answer
introduction
paragraph,
or a help
anything
button.
we've, yeah.
Actually,
What do you think, Dave? Or Dan?
what we could, growing from that, maybe what we do is every training has its own separate little page that's like a video and some text about it.
Mhm.
And the first time that they view, like go to an introductory paragraph, they have to be shown that.
Right.
And that they are some points, right?
And then after that,
After that, every time there's an introductory paragraph, there's a link they can click and it takes them to that
Right.
one encyclopedia entry, basically.
right?
Yeah,
It gives
yeah,
them-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like
So that gives them, it's a little clearer whether the
Right.
breakdown is.
So the first time through, they get points for doing it because they have to do it, and they get a chance to look at it. Then they know the resource is there,
Mhm.
and it's linked every time they go to that task again.
Yeah.
So they can click on it and go, oh, okay, this is what this is again. I remember this kind of thing.
And it appears in their inventory and stuff
Right.
as they see them, and
Mhm.
so they can go. It's more like an encyclopedic version there,
Right.
and they can go and research that if they want to do it like that.
Okay. I like you. I like.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can definitely.
I think we're done now. Let's go home. We already got a week. We got a week's worth of work ahead of us already.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we have just laid out. We seriously laid out a week's worth of work for everybody involved.
Mhm.
Did you get a chance to do the?
Yeah, it's a lot harder going on your script than it is on mine. It's not the timing's not, and I need those funnel pictures.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you wanted those. So.
No, I didn't think I did until I tried to do it without them, and now I want the actual images so I can import them and turn them into art in there.
So what you want actually just like the page images, separate images, or
Where's that video? I'll go back to it. I'll show you what I was talking about.
because I've got multiple versions of those things, so I can give you whatever you want.
Okay, it's good. It's in Discord, right? You have the link in there?
Yeah, I think I put. Oh no, I don't know if I did put. Yeah, okay, I did put a link to the actual video in Discord. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted to do.
I think it's in both
Mhm.
Discord and Asana somewhere. But
Oh, is it in
that's the one thing about Asana is you can like work together on a specific task easily. But as far as like having a place to put,
Oh, yeah, it's there. There it is, right there.
Today we are going to talk about funnels.
Oh, that's just the
Not
audio.
this kind of
That's
funnel,
the
but
audio.
a series
oh
of
yeah,
funnels.
okay. Well, the link's definitely in Discord.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to Discord. Oh, why am I in Steam? That was the wrong button.
Yeah, we should. After we're done with our meetings, we should play a game or something, just to get in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we would play, but
Shoots and ladders.
we should get on WoW Classic.
Dave's not going to like that.
I don't know, he might.
King's Corner. That's what the girls
No, it's not what I'm looking for. There it is.
Today we are going to talk about funnels. Not this kind of funnel, but a series of web pages designed to get products and services in the hands of people who need them. We call them funnels.
Either
because
these
how they work
images-
is you send many people.
Yeah, so you want like this
web,
thing as a separate
Right.
emoji?
from buyers
And probably
to
just
sequential
those.
from page to page into your client list. How are funnels superior to web stores? Imagine
Because
you're going into a hardware store, but you don't
I'm
know
going to use
anything about
that. I'm going to use
You go in
that
and you see a
to,
wall of stuff. There's so
I don't
many
need
things
this
you don't
one.
even know where to start. You have to
but I
guess
want to use those because I'm going to draw them on the screen.
That's
Draw-
a web store.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
would be really good.
You know what you need.
Because I can actually have hand draw those and move people to them. But
Imagine you follow a friend who knows everything about
You
plumbing.
don't want a picture of that guy?
no, I don't need,
I
I don't need pictures of
I
guys.
actually paid for that image too.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
I don't need. I don't
I
need
paid
that.
for a few lately too.
I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything you would really need except
No, except for those.
when
Yeah,
they come back in.
yeah, those.
I just wasn't sure if you want like this as a picture or
No, I
you
need.
want it separate.
I need them separately because I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw them. Timing sucks using somebody else's.
Mhm.
I keep stopping and going. Okay, now I get it. So
Well, you can voiceover if you want. I gave you the script.
no, I want your voice. Your voice is good. Your voice is fantastic.
Well, thank you. I get that a lot.
It's a really good voice.
Okay.
It's a good. It's a good. No, it's a good. The tonal quality is really good. The pacing you do is that how you pace your speaking was really good. I think. It's a really good piece.
Mhm.
So I don't want to take that away. And that's it's your content. I don't want to redo it.
I know.
You don't want to redo it at all. All right, we got to find a game that's
Do you want that funnel icon?
the little funnel.
Like the picture of a funnel?
Yes, I can do that. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, done for the week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have to do any. I really don't think we need to do any more planning for this week. Honestly,
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think we're in an hour, and we had breakthroughs today.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We had
we actually have a place to go.
real breakthroughs, and I think that we need to take the 7-day step here
Uh-huh.
that we're talking about to validate what we've spent 5 weeks talking about.
and make sure it makes sense.
Yeah.
And works. For dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy, isn't it?
I think it's.
Because I've told you this before, to me it's voodoo magic. I know you can do it. I've seen you do it, 'cause I work there. But how? I watched you, but I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
What, and
That's the beauty of it, because these are the people that we're going to
try to
be
teach,
reaching
right?
out to. Yeah.
So let's do this. How about this? Let's figure out. Let's take 15 minutes or so, Dan, and figure out what you're going to teach me to write about.
Yeah, so a topic, right?
Yeah. So a topic. I think we need to. I
Let's
don't.
do it, make it something we can use.
Right. Exactly. We don't want to waste the effort, and we're not going. It can't be a throwaway. So it probably shouldn't be sales, even though that's what I'm good at. We want to make it something we can use.
Well, do we want to do it for a topic we're going to do this on first?
Absolutely.
Well, Reiki, right?
I know nothing about it. This will be
That's
fantastic.
do some
beautiful.
research.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we do some actual keyword research?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Let's get to work on this. Right? We got time. We might as well do some real work, right?
Yeah.
How do you even spell Reiki?
REIKI.
Okay. What is this? Healing technique. You channel energy through the patient by moving to touch. Well, that's true. It's not a theory. It's been done by freaking thousands of societies forever.
Yeah, it's not really anything that new, but people like the term.
No, I'm just saying that it's a healing technique that with the yeah, it's Japanese. Yes. So I'm going to write something about Reiki. Okay. Kind of aligning my chakras.
Yeah.
Nice. So excited.
Here we go. Let's see how it looks in trends. Maybe we'll get lucky. Partial. Okay. Your topic is, does Reiki work on dogs? This is a search term that gets a decent amount of traffic, and a moderately well-written article would almost for sure get number one.
Really?
Yeah. For one, Google is highlighting an answer that doesn't even answer that question.
Well, I just typed in does Reiki work, and then
Well, that's a different question.
no, does Reiki work? And the first thing that pops up is on dogs.
Yeah.
For anxiety on animals, but the first one that pops up is on dogs.
Yeah, that's why I chose that one.
That's hilarious because I'm looking at 10 more. Google's trying to finish it 10 more times, and it's from back pain, insomnia, work forum, epilepsy, fertility, but dogs is number one. On dogs is number one.
Yeah, that's as far as does Reiki work on anything that's people
I
want
didn't
to know
get
about their dogs.
I got to. Does Reiki work? I haven't put
Yeah.
3 words in.
Yep, that's one of the ways that we choose this stuff. Now, as far it's
So
hard to
first-
estimate volume, but
The first article says
Mhm.
the triumph and shame of dog Reiki, Los Angeles.
Yeah, So that thing up there, that's why we write the answer paragraph at that specific length, because Google only puts up there that's a certain length. But if you notice the one that it highlighted,
The one at the top here?
yeah, if you have it, see, does that answer the question? It not indirectly, every dog I've ever worked with has had an improvement.
Yeah, it doesn't really answer the question.
If we had a paragraph that basically said, yes, Reiki works on dogs, that would be up there. And
Okay.
none of these other articles even answer the question.
Right, directly.
That means this is super easy to rank on. Like, if we had a Reiki website, I almost guarantee that we would be on the top 3, if not that number 1 thing.
Okay. So I'm going to write an article that says Reiki works on dogs.
Oh, whatever your research shows. You could say Reiki doesn't work on dogs, but I think most Reiki people would say that it does. So,
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it does.
oh look, there's even a cute. You have a dog. You could take an image of you doing Reiki on the dog.
Oh, I do. I touch my dog all the time. Always. You've got to touch your dogs in loving, positive energy ways. But builds, not only does psychologically for dogs, there's been some studies on this, that the right kind of touches are very good for dogs from a human. Builds a relationship and good for their mental well-being. Interesting. We could have some fun.
So when most people think of Reiki, they think of you like an
Right.
inch away. So not necessarily actually touching.
Right, but no, I do it all the time. But, I mean, you just interesting. I'll take a picture. See, there it is. There's a picture of it being Reiki done on a dog right there.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs Naturally from 2020. So here's my article already. Does Reiki work on dogs? That's my article for this week.
We have 3 of them.
No, we're doing one.
Oh, we're doing one?
We'll start with 1 for this.
Okay,
We're,
all right, for this.
we're proofing
Okay,
the process.
all right.
Unless we get into it and you're like, hey, I would rather just do 3 of them.
Oh yeah, well,
But
I'm not there yet.
yeah,
I have a dog though. I can take pictures.
yeah.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that by myself.
They've shown that photos that look like they were shot on a cell phone, as opposed to like stock images, do way better.
Well, of course, it's gonna be.
Version.
I just don't know how I'm gonna take a picture and touch a dog. I don't. That doesn't work.
Bring the dog here and we can take the picture.
Oh, I might bring her in next week then. She's way too hyper though, you guys. She's still only 6 months old. She's still only 6 months old, so there is.
Well, there's that outdoor area. We can let her play out there. If
We're
we're
running around. Now, she won't. No, here's the thing. Just to let you get. I mean, she will. She'll probably. If I brought her in here, I'd just come down. She'd lay her right by my feet. Right. I mean, like right here.
Yeah.
There's lots of things she's not good at, like being calm around new people is not one of them.
Uh-huh.
But she has mastered with me, follow, sits, mastered. Stay, not so much. But she'll sit
Yeah.
for about a second.
Uh-huh.
But no, I mean, literally, if I'm around, she's like right here. Unless we're home, and then she can go where she wants me. And if I say with me, right there, and we're going.
Wow.
Follows me everywhere. She's really doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, so. All right,
We're doing it.
we're doing it.
Well, I mean, do we need anything else you think we should talk about? I think we're going basically.
I think that's. I mean, here's what I did when he said. He told me what I was going to write on, so I went in here and I just typed in. Does Reiki work? And on dogs. Oops, I need a space there. And on dogs popped up at the top of the list.
Oh, see, that's good.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
That's why he picked it. I guess.
Quick, easy, painless. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we looked at what was the results, and they were not good. So.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're writing. Does Reiki work on dogs? I know nothing about Reiki, so I got a lot of work to do. Or I'll sound like an idiot.
The only reasonable way is to try it on your dogs for a month and see.
Yeah.
Well, I assume they would have done worse than this. So,
Yeah.
so everyone knows what they're doing.
Wait. I know what I'm doing. I'm learning about Reiki, and then you're telling me what to do for the rest of the week.
Yep.
Lesson 1 is tonight, though, right? Today, sometime.
Yeah. Do you want to jump on Discord and do that stuff, or
You want to do it right now?
yeah, we can do it right now.
Let's do it. Let me grab a document. We'll do it right now. Because we're here and we've got time. We've already blocked the time out, so might as well.
Yeah.
So step 1, intro, right? We're done
Intro
by-
paragraph,
Intro
yeah.
paragraph. Okay, what is?
So the intro paragraph should be about 3 sentences, maybe 4.
Okay.
Relatively short.
Okay.
Right. So the intro paragraph shows up anywhere that people post it on social media. It's the most likely paragraph to be chosen to be put on Google
Okay.
as far as like the search results under it. Right. So this is something that people are going to see before they've read the article potentially.
Basically, what we're talking, like that paragraph that showed up in the top of the search.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
one on the very top is not likely to be that one. It's
Okay.
actually likely to be the next paragraph. But if you look at the other results below it,
Okay.
those ones are
Oh, like what is Reiki for dogs?
because that first one is an answer target. Google does it differently, but as far as general search results,
So, like on this article, we're talking this right. That's it right there.
yeah, they didn't really do a paragraph; they just have a sentence.
Right.
But yeah, the first one is, or like let's say we put this on Facebook,
So,
it's gonna choose like these ones. That's what it's picking from is usually the first paragraph. Now in this case, it's not,
right.
but Google is getting more and more picky where it'll actually just choose stuff randomly from the body. So that Google isn't necessarily the best, but like Bing is not as good at that. Social media will not pick randomly; it will almost always pick the first paragraph. So there's 3 main goals that we want to achieve when writing this.
Okay. So, what are my goals?
The first goal is to summarize what you're going to talk about. So we want to get a few of the.
Yeah, I know. In your introductory paragraph, you don't even know. Yeah, that's a lot of faith to put into someone writing the first paragraph.
Well, so for like
I got
dog
this.
Reiki, it would be something like, in this article, I'm going to talk about how Reiki can be used on dogs, or something like that, or how effective Reiki is on dogs. So we're not going to like give them the answer. We're teeing up, and this isn't just for people, but for the AI too. We're teeing up. I'm going to answer this question specifically, which may be basically a restating of the title, or it may be going a little more, right? And so if there's other keywords in there, like dog Reiki, there isn't really that much, but sometimes there's like synonyms that you can use. You want to get those synonyms in there. That's basically one of the sentences. And the reason why we want to tee it up here is because the next paragraph is the answer to it. So we want the AI to realize that the next paragraph is going to be the answer directly to this question. But also it leads in and it gives this SEO a chance to go, okay, this is what the article's about. And people reading it will know, okay, I don't know if this article is going to answer my question directly. If they read that, they should know, okay, this is exactly what kind of question is going to get answered.
Okay, so in the maybe make it another box there and put intro paragraph, and so you want the title in the intro paragraph if you can get it in there.
Yeah, not necessarily exactly the title, but keywords that are relevant to, right?
Exactly is better. I mean, if you have a good title,
Mhm.
if the title's good, if it's going to be a good anchor title, you want it in the intro as well.
Mhm.
Especially if it's going to be a question that people ask.
So that's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as how I teach it.
And then, what else do you want in the intro? It's going to explain what's coming.
Do you want to teach it?
No. I mean, we're trying to give him a bullet list.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here.
that. Yeah,
What?
I was doing that.
He was.
Okay,
so if you
what-
want to do it, that's totally fine.
No,
because
no,
you're
no.
like the master teacher. But
No, I'm just saying that it's good to have the title repeated in the intro
yeah,
verbatim
Mm-mm.
and restated as well. I mean, in other ways.
yeah. So I guess I disagree a little bit.
You
Like,
do? Okay.
because there's a whole keyword stuffing thing. I think repeating exactly the same thing over again is not good. But we don't. I don't know. We don't know for sure. I know you like to do
Alright,
it
I do
exactly repeat.
Yes, I do it.
So we can teach it like that. That's fine with me.
Oh, not necessarily.
I don't think it's going to destroy your ability.
Mhm.
I don't like to restate. I always like to take because Google's smart enough to know that it's the same thing
Mhm.
if you restate it in a different way. So I don't think
Okay.
you have to have a word for word.
That'd
But
be good.
I don't think it hurts. Now it's better for the automated testing for on our side if it is exactly the same because that's really easy to test. So
Yeah.
I'm totally fine just making it. You need to put the title in that thing. That would be fine.
Well, I think. So title thing, how I do it is if the title's really good. If the title's not good, you know, if it's not going to be really concrete, if it's going to be like general information, and it's not going to be, you know, a keyword seeded specific title that's going to draw a particular target, then it's not that big of a deal. But if it is, then I put the title and make sure it's short, make sure it's what someone's going to type into Google or ask their phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's that important, I put it in the intro paragraph, and I also put it 2 other places exactly like that in the body.
Yeah.
And if I can't always do it without making it look ridiculous. I try to put it into a H2 title
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. And sometimes it's ridiculous and you can't get away with it because it looks
Yeah.
stupid, you know. But
Yeah, I don't not agree with you on that. But the only thing that I teach differently is I don't try to word for word put it there.
Yeah.
I will try to put the idea there
yes,
and rephrase it, but I don't necessarily try to do word for word because I think Google does punish if you try to copy the same word too much. But I don't know. I think you know exactly where that limit is.
yeah, like I do it 3 times.
Yeah.
One title or one
So-
subheading.
I actually like teaching it your way better
Mm-hmm.
for this because of how we're doing it. It's easier to test that stuff. So yeah, okay. So
Okay.
we'll do replicate the title and as any additional keywords that you can into. That's the first bullet point. The second thing is we want to show Google and the people that we have some authoritativeness on this topic. No, what? That doesn't mean you're an expert
The site.
in whatever.
The site where you're
I'm making it up.
has all the authority.
I'm lying.
Yeah.
But what you
I'm doing on the fly research right now.
is, as a dog owner,
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
No, that's exactly what I was.
so that's all we need from people to show. But like, and in Google specific guidelines, they say, like, you don't need to be a doctor to be an expert on cancer. All you have to say is, I've had cancer, and now I can talk about what it's like to have had cancer, right?
Right.
So as a dog owner, you are an expert in owning a dog.
Perfect.
So that's all we need from people. And that actually tips their algorithm, and it also makes people, it's even better, because I'm like, as a Reiki Master 5,
Yeah, right.
nobody really respects that. You know, people are more likely to take advice from somebody that they feel is their equal than they are somebody that's an expert. So we want you to just be like, okay, I'm a Joe Blow expert, or I'm a Joe Blow dog owner.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, so your expertise or why you would even know or care about this. And then the third and last thing is, I'm forgetting now. Entry. So this is kind of a little bit like, you can't always put it in, but you want them to have some kind of interest in why they want to read on. So, you know, you would never expect, or kind of little keyword stuff. So this is a little, you know, it's not cut and paste, but you want to try to get a little bit of intrigue because this is people that may be reading it on social media or whatever. And so you want them to be like, oh, I wonder what the answer is.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I like to mention it too is you do not want to just say the answer in this paragraph.
Right.
You want to leave it an open question.
So you don't want to tell them that Reiki works on dogs?
You would not say that in this paragraph. That's what the second paragraph is for.
Yeah.
Oh,
The second
okay.
paragraph, I would literally start it with Reiki does work on dogs,
Yeah.
and then a few other sentences after that.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to click. Now Google's going to take that second paragraph and put it right on their search engine. We can't stop them from doing that, but
Yeah.
that we'll let them do that, and we'll let the people that don't
And
do
they
that.
want to click for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they want to figure out what that means. I mean, hopefully they click. Some people, I've done it before, where I put the looking for an answer in Google, and it pops up right there, and I don't even click on shit.
Yeah, well,
Answer's right there.
2/3 of searches don't result in a click of any kind.
Isn't that crazy now? Google's gotten that smart.
Mm-hmm.
They just pull it right out and give it to you, right? And they don't click on nothing. It's happened. Look for a statistic. Shows up right at the top. I don't have to click.
I think that's solely well. So we got to be smart about it because they're doing it so well. That's why, like the answer paragraph, we're writing that specifically. Now we're done with the introductory thing, so that's it. But for the answer, we need to write it so that one, it's very likely for their algorithm to pick that to show people, and two, we actually have to answer the question there, otherwise we're not going to pick it. But it should lead into, well, you need more information.
Exactly.
And then they click. All right, so we got to make it work for us. Yeah. Now, certain things where it's like, what's the weight of a Ford F-150? Nobody's ever going to click through on that. It's just going to give them the answer. But
Yeah.
we don't write stuff like that.
Right.
So, like, the answer should be like, yes, Reiki works on dogs, da 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 da. However, you need to know exactly what kind of Reiki they use.
Yes, exactly. Or, yeah.
And then the rest of your article was explaining that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then at the bottom, if you're looking for a Reiki practitioner in your local area,
Yeah.
go to Daniel Mark Schwartz's ReikiList.com.
Yeah. Well, they'll already be on that site. They're there. That's where the article's going.
Done.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I'm not done. That was supposed to be easy.
Are you writing the intro paragraph? Is
Right
that
now.
what you're doing right now? Oh, okay. Awesome. Thought you were just taking notes. So in our first video, when we're going to take someone through this, it would be these first three things. That would be one at a time, because we're moving through that one thing at a time, right?
No, I think the first video should, well, not the welcome one, but the one that they learned the intro on. I think we should get all those three things in a short, like, minute and a half video, like I did with the funnel thing.
Yeah.
I think we can explain that whole thing in one video,
Yeah.
and then below it is that section, and then they just have a rewrite a paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the checks we can be is, did you reuse the title?
Mm-hmm.
And I can check for that.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, yeah, you did. Yeah, it's about 3 to 4 sentences long.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get all the checks done, I mean, we can't check does it, generate intrigue, because I don't know how to write a computer program that does that.
Yeah.
Or expertise, but anything automated, we will check, and then they click submit, and then it's done. It takes them back to the first page, and then the little card that said write introductory paragraph will be replaced with write answer paragraph.
Uh-huh. Oh, it'll be replaced with? Or will it?
It'll be replaced with, because it's the next task.
Yeah.
It's the next thing to do.
We'll probably actually give them, like we talked about before, both options, right? But I was thinking
I would
visually.
like to see where I've been, make sure I'm not duplicating myself. Like if I see the introductory paragraph and I'm working on the answer paragraph, I'd want to make sure that I was using different words, make sure I'm using different words that I used to.
Yeah, but you're the expert. These guys know nothing yet.
That's why I think they should see it though. We're taking them.
Well, we're not gonna. So I'm thinking. So what I meant replace with is like these cards. Right?
Those cards, those task cards.
Yeah.
Oh, not on the screen.
No.
It's going to drop down.
Well, so when they get to the answer one, they're not going to see anything but this part, basically. That's all they get to see. Now, I think you're right, though. I think we maybe want to link somewhere where it can be like view answer target, in case people want to refresh their brain on what they wrote the first time. Or view
I think
the
so, because
introductory.
they might be doing them on different days.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, and also we're counting the title. So like if they use it for a fourth time in their body, then a red flag needs to come up. Because we don't want them to do crazy, say the title 10 times. That's going to get it kicked out of Google. They'll
So,
put it
yeah.
on page 77.
We're going to give them a specific task each time. So we're going to tell them exactly where to put the titles.
Mm-hmm.
But then we can say, okay, you put it once, put only once.
Mm-hmm.
So if they put their title 3 times in there, then it'll kick it away. Yeah, so we can have minimum and maximum for each of these things.
Yeah.
Same thing with word count. Like they got to have a minimum word count or character count or whatever on this. But if it goes to be like 300 words, probably even more less than that. If it's like 400 characters, then it's too long for an introductory paragraph because it won't be shown. So we'll have lower and upper limits on all that stuff.
So, all right.
Oh,
I want to start using this for my blog post.
Oh.
Maybe we should just make this a freestanding thing
It's not gonna be free.
that anyone can use. Like all our St. Paul's people or however many people can use it. They have to be on St. Paul's or whatever. Open it up. Use it. This is your blog writing tool for students. Or something like that. They can use it for anything. I could use it for anything. I want to start using that for mine. It's cool. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why you couldn't run through this process, but you can like assign yourself your.
Ooh, like it. Can I print this?
Yeah.
I think I liked. I think I found something I actually liked on that. Here we go.
nice.
What's the color? It's the print. It says it's offline.
Let me go check it.
Okay, get ready to give me a score.
Okie dokie.
I'm planning to put a comma there. Got it.
It was asleep. Is it on now?
I don't know. I'm saving my article real quick.
Okay.
I actually can support this one, I think.
No, Ricky will kill your dog. We'll go straight to hell.
No, actually, I think you're gonna like. I think you're gonna like.
Which
the
is
hook.
a really effective
I think you're gonna like.
blog
I think you're gonna like the hook. It says it's offline still.
as well. I mean, an article, the blank is a scam is probably the best hit you're gonna get.
Yeah, there's whole websites that are designed just for that. I'm showing it as online on mine.
Oh.
HP Color LaserJet
Okay, give me a second here. I need to make a folder.
M452DW. For some reason, it seems like Windows laptops have been having issues connecting to it.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Mine works fine
Mine
before.
does. I mean, it shows and it prints it, but it doesn't come out. But then when I show up on Monday, there it is. So it's printed out. Sitting over on the. It's. I don't know when it printed, but somebody saw it and said, "Oh, this is not mine." Set it off to the side. There it is. The thing I printed on Sunday.
So don't print anything embarrassing.
Yeah, no,
So I shouldn't print my ass.
yeah, no dick pics.
No
So
ass
everything
cheeks.
about that.
Yeah,
Depends on who you are.
depends. Yeah.
You guys should be
Ron
embarrassed
Jeremy.
about. Did you say Ron Jeremy?
Yeah. I met him. He's a very interesting character. He's not real. He's like a cartoon, like a human cartoon, this guy.
Mm-hmm. I guess you kind of have to be to do a job like that.
He's probably, yeah, he's been, yeah. I would, and he's not embarrassed about what he does at all. Very proud.
Oh, wow. Looking through the other stuff. Can I learn Reiki on my own? There's a result on a .edu website that answers that directly.
Wow. .edu.
Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive.
UMN. That's going to be hard to compete with. I was thinking, oh, that'd be a cool thing to write off. Nope, we lost.
Well, we won't get the first position.
Yeah.
We can get.
Well, something that simple is not worth, in my opinion, not worth writing about if you're not going to win. There's so many other ones that you could. I mean, does Reiki work on blank pet? It was probably going to be one that we're going to want people to write about in general. Cats,
Yes.
dog. I mean, dogs
Yeah,
already doing it.
specific
but-
pets.
Yeah.
Specific pets for sure. Yeah.
And then also, like, does Reiki work on depression? Does Reiki work on, or work for, whatever?
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of those, and I think a lot of those are wide open, so.
So cool. The dogs came up number 1. I mean, in the search result. That's cool.
People like their dogs. Their cats, fuck them.
Yeah.
Cats are evil.
I think cats will probably be too.
No, because there's a different bond between humans and cats. Cats are more independent. They're not seen as the same as companionable. Cat owners and dog owners are completely different.
Depends on the cat. My
No.
cat was amazing.
No, I'm not saying they're not amazing.
Other people's cats are not amazing.
I'm not
I've had
saying-
a cat like
I'm not
that.
saying cat people love their cats, but they're not. There's not the same. Like people who have dogs. Dogs go everywhere with these people. You know, when you go camping, you take your dog.
Yeah.
Most people don't take the cat.
Nope.
You'll never see the cat again.
So that's what I mean. There's a different level of relationship. It's different.
Yeah.
Like horse people are different too.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, horse is probably number 3.
I would bet
For
you're
ranking.
probably right.
Yeah, it's dogs, animals, cats, horses.
Yeah.
And then it goes
Where's
on.
my
animals.
document? I was just there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I saved it. Oh, I'm gonna be angry. Error offline, one document waiting. I'm not sure you know what's going back there.
So in this introductory that we're doing with David Gibson, are we gonna? What are we gonna review with him today? Just the
Intro? Or the
intro,
intro, yeah.
answer, and forward.
No, well, we want him to do one a day, basically. So I was thinking that we would, tomorrow we'll do answer, the day after we'll do forward, on so on and so forth.
Okay.
Right, we're going to do one of these a day, right?
Okay.
Like we would be doing. My understanding is we'd be doing it like if we were doing a class.
Okay.
Because a person could do it. I mean, like we could go through them all right now, and he could just write an article. But I think spacing it out is good because then
We're working on pacing, and I also
Yeah.
don't know enough about this to do this.
Mhm.
I'm making this shit up, dude.
That's beautiful. That is original content. You don't have to worry about plagiarism if you're making it up.
I don't know. Why is this not working?
literally nobody else agrees with that.
Yes, I'm making it up, and I'm including my dog's name. So,
Okay. Beautiful.
As long as it's not the N word, then it's fine.
and my thinking is I take a picture of that of her and I doing the Reiki thing with my hands
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
with her. So then it's really, I mean, it's original photo
Yeah, that
too.
would be cool.
I own the rights to the picture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Until you upload it to our website.
That's right. Then we are. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so what's my homework assignment this week?
Play video games.
Ugh. It's killing me. Ugh. Ugh. I haven't I installed that home landscape thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone into it once. Ugh. Oh.
Not a very good game player.
Yeah. Not a very good game player. Unless it's Leisure Suit Larry, I mean, I don't even have time for this. I wouldn't even like to do Regis Larry now, but
Remember, this isn't playing a game, it's market research.
I know it. I'm trying to think. I had a game on here. Maybe I deleted it.
Did you take a picture of this for,
Not yet.
okay, you're going to them?
I'm going to look at it. I wanted to wait and see if we put anything else on there because we have accumulated some stuff already.
Why does it say it's in an error state? That's so weird. Oh, good. Well, cancel. Already done that twice.
So it didn't come out on the printer?
No, it was in an error state on. I'm not sure why.
On your computer or on the printer?
Yeah, it's on my computer.
Oh.
My computer says there's an error on it. So
Did you restart it? I'll restart it.
I already did that,
Oh, you did that.
but it still says it's offline.
Yeah, mine does that too.
I don't know why.
Whatever you're gonna print though will be ready tomorrow.
No, I deleted it. It's not going to show up.
Oh, okay. Because my stuff is here.
I'm gonna cancel this. Send this over to Daniel.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna post it. Where do you want to post it in Osana?
That works.
Okay. And then you can print it. Files. How do I add a file? Just drag and drop, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't figure out where I put it. Because it's not my Reiki document. It's there. It's probably going to be. It is there. I can delete the one off the desktop. That's what you wrong.
Now I wonder.
Do you?
I do. I think we need to have some content in the website that doesn't follow these rules. Like I would only, like if it was my website, I would only follow this format on those really important landing pages. Not important to the website, but important to the getting people to click on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not everything is going to be like that. So, what should?
Well, what other, like, what do you want to change about it?
But I think there should be content on the website in general that is not formatted as well as this. It's more like free form, lots of information, related keywords and phrases. That's
Well, the subheading things are going to be freeform.
How do I get that up there?
Right? It's only the very introductory paragraphs that are so similar.
mm-hmm.
I didn't add content to that.
I'm
it's
just
not
like
working. How's that?
wondering if
Where do we? How do I
Like-
add stuff?
I'm just using like
Why is this not working?
Syncor, for instance. There's only some pages that are made up really specific, like this. Where you use the title, really good title, titled here once in the heading and once
Okay, how do I
another
do
time in the
this?
body.
Why is it not letting me upload the document?
So you want some lesser quality articles to sprinkle in?
Yes, that's what I kind of liked about the letting them just do one to get started.
Why do you think that we need lesser
Why
quality
would you
articles?
want it bad? I don't understand.
Don't think so?
I'm just trying, I don't understand why you want it, that's all.
Just with the keywords and key phrases in it, but not no structure. I mean, looser structure.
How do I, why won't it let me put a file?
Okay, so I've never been able to, I don't think you can put it in the files area. You actually have to put it onto a task.
Oh, okay.
But then it goes in the files area after that.
Gotcha.
That's one thing I'm not super happy about with how this works, but
Yes,
it's easy.
yeah.
Okay, let me add, where do I find that? Add. There's a task, I attach file.
I think there's a.
On my computer, I got it. Yeah, I know. I got you. Okay, that's why I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a problem with having
It's uploaded. There you go.
only well-formatted articles.
Okay.
Because the only reason I think that is because I know of SEO people that, well, for one, I've used it on all my sites. I've used this format for everything I've written.
Yeah.
But there are, with some other, but those first 3 paragraphs always the same.
You know, open it up and print it for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just don't see it on mine yet.
Oh, it's on the task too. So
I wonder if I have to. I was hoping it would just auto update. What's it called?
does Reiki work for dogs?
I definitely don't. Let me. You put in the transition to quit your.
No, I put it in. Oh yeah, the list. I put it on the task. Micro lessons and test on David G. That last task I just added today.
Oh, for some reason I don't see that task either. I wonder if I can refresh.
Yeah, because it says Daniel Schwartz on it.
Yeah, it's just not listed in mine.
Weird.
It's weird because usually I see stuff as it's happening. Okay, there it is. How many copies do you want?
Just 2 for you guys. For uses, folks.
That is weird. That printed right out, Daniel. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with it on
That's
this
so
system,
weird.
but
That's because he's got an Apple. We got
I know.
PCs.
Apparently.
PCs are because they're not as because they're open source. There's some issues. They always have issues. They can't have issues. There you go.
So what are you intending to put in your answer? What do you think is going to be the follow-up on this? There's a lot of powerful data in this opening
I know.
that you really want to save.
What
No?
do you mean say?
You don't want to make it more intriguing?
No, I'm intriguing. Like, oh, really? What am I doing with Reiki on my dog that I don't even know about? That's
yeah, I actually like that.
That's the hook right there.
Yeah,
What am I? How am I already using Reiki on my dog? I don't get it. That's the question,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the answer. pats the head, rubbing the belly. We're running this all the way down, all the parts you normally touch on a dog, and what it does.
But you can do it intentionally, yeah. So it's really.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
People already do this with their animals on a regular basis.
Mhm.
Let me ask you that: you don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog. No, I'm not a dog guy. I mean, I had a dog. He was my best friend, and then he had puppies. So he broke my heart.
He had puppies.
Yeah,
It wasn't a he.
he betrayed me.
And if he had puppies, he wasn't a he. He might have fathered some puppies, but he didn't have any puppies.
Yeah, he had them. And then he was as pissed as I was, and he ate them. I was like, I am not a dog person. This is not
Dog people rub their dog's paws, the pads of their feet,
hmm
even. Seriously. Ears. Uh-huh.
You know, the only thing I would, the one thing that's tripping me up with this is the second sentence. It kind of implies that it does work.
Yeah,
Uh,
it kind of
and
answers.
we
the
didn't
question.
really get the restating of the question as directly as I would like.
I'm
I was-
not. Well, you told me not to use the exact. You guys were over here arguing whether or not I use exact words.
Yeah.
I was busy working.
No,
Does Reiki work on dogs? I don't know. Does it? I mean, what? How do you say
so
that?
Here's what I was. So for one, I think this is totally. I would give this a pass if we got this. Like I would publish this, but I was to like get it as perfect as possible.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move that first. That sentence where Reiki for man's best friend is great. Blah blah. I'll move that to the answer. Fine. I need another sentence then.
Yeah, I would do something along the lines of, so it started out as a dog owner that it's really important to me. That's why I was wondering if Reiki is as effective for health and healing for dogs as it is for humans. Right. So you're restating the actual question because people are wondering. They know it works for humans, right? That's why they're searching for this. So that sentence should be something along those lines.
Mhm.
And then, in fact, many dog owners use Reiki House practice without even knowing it. So then they're like, that's the intrigue. I think that hits it almost perfectly.
And that's a better setup for the answer that's coming up. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're thinking this as a dog owner, Miss Riversaw, making sure she's happy and healthy is extremely important to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was wondering if Reiki is as effective for health and healing in dogs as it is in humans.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I found many dog owners use Reiki concept and practices without even knowing it.
Yeah.
And I would actually even personalize that and say, like, I was shocked to find out that I was actually using Reiki on my dog without even knowing it. Something like that.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And that'll key out perfectly for the next paragraph.
Yep. Ugh. I tried to use Reiki on my cat to keep it alive. It didn't work. Ugh. That's horrible. Did not want her to go. She's 21.
All right, here we go. Ready? As a dog owner, Miss River Song, making sure she is happy and healthy is extremely important to me. That's why I was wondering if Reiki is as effective for health and healing in dogs as it is in humans. In fact, I was shocked to learn I was using Reiki concepts and practices on Miss River without even knowing it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
That is very cool.
And I wanted to keep using her name because
Yeah,
emotional tie-in.
personalizes it.
Personalizes emotional tie-in.
Yeah.
So in the picture of River, you go at the top of the article,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
But actually below the first.
Whatever.
This
Wherever the theme puts it, yeah.
Wherever it gets put, but yes. Okay. So, that wasn't easy.
Well, see, that's like a task.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't easy. That sucked.
That was good though.
That sucked. I mean, especially since I don't know shit about it.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like it.
Okay. So we're done for today. We're done for our live in person stuff.
Yeah.
I guess we had lunch early, huh?
Yes, that country cousin.
Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm saving this. That's a good start. So
So Dave is there anything that Dave needs to do this week? We didn't really give
Yeah,
him
what
much.
the heck? I need a.
well, I thought we had to. You needed something. We got to figure this out.
Well, there's
I think you need to go. Well, you need to start. Let me look at those lists.
playing games. I know. I haven't.
Yeah. What? Have you played any games?
No.
Then you're that. Okay.
That should be your this week, I think.
Ugh.
You need to put like 10 hours
It's
into some of these
killing
games. You could just do research. Look at the different systems they use, how they base everything.
We should make him play one MMO, like a real one.
I think he should. I don't know if he can run well on that thing though. That's the thing.
How old is that thing?
What, this thing?
No, that thing.
The computer.
That thing? Oh, no.
That thing can barely launch Microsoft Office.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
That's why I thought we should just stick to phone games because he can't really run anything
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's.
unless we make him watch somebody play it.
Oh, yeah, we should actually make him watch a Twitch. He needs to play at least one game, and we should probably make him watch a couple of Twitch streams of different, or because they do playthroughs of of WoW or whatever, and I also do like Fallout or what's the other one? Oh shoot,
MMO.
no, the four play four whatever, I can't remember. There's a shooter game.
Oh yeah.
Is there one with naked women on it?
No, David.
No.
Well, maybe you might have a hard time catching people when they're on.
No, but they record them.
Oh yeah. Well, if we can get him a link to a YouTube video, that's
Play
like this
one
is the perfect
game.
one. That would be better.
How long is the video?
Probably an hour.
You're killing me.
I just had to write an article about Reiki.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it.
that's true. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be spending way more than an hour, right?
I'm going to spend more than an hour reading about Reiki, so I know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on all the Reiki podcasts.
Reiki for pets.
Yeah.
Not even just Reiki for dogs.
Yeah.
Y'all are killing me.
I chose the right one because at least you have some interest in it.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, and I think throwing the twist of that people are using it without even knowing it actually going to help a lot for me, because that is true. That people don't understand that they're using Reiki concepts when they're rubbing their dog's paws and they're rubbing his head and rubbing their belly and transferring it. They don't understand they're transferring anything to their dog and building a relationship, but they are.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And if you're a practitioner, this is interesting too. As you're actually intentionally sending the energy, the dog or the pet, the animal, will actually adjust itself because it feels the energy. This is really weird.
No, it's very true.
It will adjust itself to make sure you're getting it in the location.
So when you're
needed.
Right,
like
and
really
when you're building a relationship
That's
with your
smart.
dog using these techniques, like part of it is just building a bond, and you're actually like intentionally putting the feeling and connection into that touch. You'll watch a dog move, and they'll move so that your hands are right above their heart. It's very funny.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about trying to heal. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot
Connection.
just that connection of building the bond with your dog. Very important.
Wow.
That's why she's so connected. Because I started when she was a puppy. I mean, it's. I talk to her all the time too. With energy, and
Which you can do to your plants as
you
well.
can't, and it works. It's really fucking bizarre too. That is so weird.
Yeah.
Plants respond to words. It's so weird.
That's weird. Like Juanita, she talks to her.
You can tell they actually
Talks to them.
they did scientific studies of that shit.
Touches them. Yeah.
Where they talk to this guys, scientists talked to some plants and didn't talk to others, and had completely different results. And the words they use and the energy they use changed the way the plants grew too. Freaking weird. All right,
I did it.
task 1 is done. I have written an introductory paragraph about Reiki.
Who'd have thunk?
You'll be the Reiki master on the internet.
No, I will not.
Dog Reiki guru
Dog Reiki.
David Gibson. David, what?
I'll bet you that would work for help in training too. Get it right.
Reiki, your sales students.
Last weekend, I think they had that free Reiki 1 at the Reiki ring. You can take that.
Well, we can't because we're doing. Well, you can do the one, but you
Oh,
can't do the
yeah,
rest of
that's
them
right.
because we're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
We can have a field trip and I'll do the Reiki thing.
Yeah.
Well, if she's hot and she'll touch me.
The what?
If she's hot and a redhead, then she'll touch me.
It's so funny. Like, I brought my granddaughter to.
I guess I should stop recording, huh?
Yeah.